This election was extremely dull before Nigel Farage announced he was standing. He should never be underestimated, says Nick Farage. Thank goodness for that. If proof was needed that political leaders and movers and shakers read this newspaper, and possibly even this column, it was surely provided over the last 7 days following my highly critical piece last week. To remind you, I exclusively revealed that this election was falling as flat as a badly prepared soufflé on the Great British Bake Off. Just look what has happened since. That perennial campaigner and self-confessed bloody nuisance Nigel Farage has taken full control of the Reform Party and announced he will stand again, presumably hoping it will be a case of 8th time lucky. The impact on the Conservatives of this most marmite of politicians cannot be underestimated. It is surely no coincidence that Rishi Sunak came out fighting in the ITV debate, although the damage done by subsequently deciding to leave D-Day events early to record a TV interview is incalculable. A Prime Minister who advocates national service but can't hang around long enough to talk to military veterans? Problems for the Conservatives are manifold. Labour are up to 19 points ahead, while Reform are on the Tories' tailpipe, just 2 points behind them. From that infamous red wall to the supposed blue wall, there are countless Tory voters disaffected, angry and politically homeless, with many of the policies being put forward by Farage like catnip to them. Evidence of that was made plain in the TV debate last week, which was another factor that helped put some heat into what had been such a damp squib of an election. The only occasions Sunak was cheered on by the studio audience were when he reverted to true Tory positions on various issues. When he said he would consider withdrawing from the European Court of Human Rights, put Sir Keir Starmer on the spot over the handling of the junior doctors' pay demands and claimed Labour would revert to their tax-hiking ways, the cheers rang out. Meanwhile, Sir Keir was left doing a pretty good impression of a stunned mullet as he let time float by without challenging Sunak's sums. That figure of £2,000 is hotly disputed, and Labour can cry foul and call for the financial equivalent of VAR for as long as they like. But it's the number everyone is talking about. Therefore, job done for the Tories. The next day it was Sir Keir's turn to come out swinging. Despite the extraordinary insults politicians hurl at each other with little or no care as to the consequences, the word liar seems mysteriously forbidden. A clearly frustrated Labour leader happily broke that convention to diss Rishi's maths. Be in no doubt, this is a landmark election for all parties. If the Tories go down to the sort of defeat some polls indicate, they are unlikely to return for generations. If Reform continue to build on their appeal, while their return in parliamentary seats may be negligible, they can build on their bid to replace a riven Conservative Party. If Labour don't deliver a sizable victory after all this expectation, Sir Keir will need to be watching his back for an attempted political assassination as soon as he gets over the threshold of number 10. And as for the Lib Dems, providing Sir Ed Davey doesn't drown, they need to make serious inroads on that raft of vulnerable Tory seats.